um, first see if you're seeing my screen, if everything's
Yes,
okay.
perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to see the presentation for now. I don't have the full view of the screen or what you are asking or anything, so please, if you can interrupt me if you need to say something, please do.
Okay, perfect.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. I would like to know how many are we in the workshop? How many people?
For now, we have 5 spectators, and we have,
Spectators.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So let's see
Welcome.
if there's more people joining us.
Okay. Very well. So we can start. The workshop is called Water Footprint. How does this estimation of water footprint can help us light our way to sustainability? Yes. So first, I would like to point out that 97% of water on Earth is salted water. The rest is water that is present in as surface water in rivers and lakes. Of this, only 1.2% is present as surface water. 30% is it's present as groundwater, and 68% of the rest is present in the ice caps. This means that actually from the entire water in the world, we only have access to mostly one part, or 32%, more or less 31%, of the sweet water available. Yes. So in this sense, it's very important to talk about footprint and regarding water footprint. So we would like to know what it is and why we talk about the water footprint. So in this case, we say that water footprint is the pressure that we put upon water resources in terms of demand of products, goods, and services, or through the demand of products, goods, and services. So I will explain this in detail. We can say also that is a measure of the appropriation of water resources for a productive end, and that it's water that we use and is not available for other uses. So we can have a distinction between extraction and water footprint. Is not the same thing, because we can extract water and we can put it back again into the river. In that case, we didn't have a water footprint because we are giving it back to where we took it. But the portion of the water that we took out of a river, a stream, or of a lake, or from groundwater, that is not given back to where you took it at the beginning, that's your footprint. So that's how we talk about the footprint. So it's water that is not available for other uses, that is not returning in the same quality or in the same quantity as you took it. That's the footprint. So it's important to understand in the water cycle where is the water in order to understand where is our footprint. So in that case, you can have water in the rivers, water in the lakes, but we also have water in the surface in the soil. Yes, it's not running free in a river, is not on the ground as groundwater. It's humidity that is in the soil. Okay, so this is another type of resource for water. So depending on where the water is, then we will have a different type of impact or footprint. So in that case, we consider that water, or So to contabilize or to make visible that impact, we need to know which part of the hydrological cycle we are impacting. So in that sense, we give water colors, or to the water footprint has 3 components, and they give it, these 3 components, they give it a color in order to associate that color with the moment or of the water cycle, or where the footprint is located. So in this sense, a green water footprint is related to the water that I just mentioned, that is available as soil moisture, and that came from the rain. Yes. So who can take advantage of the soil moisture? Surely we humans can't, but the plants do through their roots. Through their root systems, they suck water, or they take water from the humidity of the soil and use it for their metabolism. So in that case, water available as soil moisture is available for plants to grow. In that case, we produce a footprint when we have an agricultural product, because the idea of producing an agricultural product is for an economic benefit of a human being, of us, and for our own food, right? Or for commercial interests. So in that case, we consider that the water that the plants took from the soil as a green water footprint. But also we appropriate of water from surface water and groundwater. And that's different from the appropriation of the green water, because this water is available as, in a different way in the water cycle. So in that case, we consider it blue water, and the footprint is the blue water footprint because it's the appropriation of water from surface water and groundwater. Also, there is another color of the footprint called gray water footprint, and that part of the footprint relates to the appropriation of the assimilation capacity of rivers, the possibility of rivers to assimilate, or the capacity of rivers to assimilate contamination. So it's a dilution, a water dilution, a volume of dilution that is needed to comply with local regulations on each specific contaminant. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, we have 3 colors in the water footprint: a green, a blue, and a gray. So when we talk about water footprint, there is another particularity of the footprint. We can have a direct water footprint, and we would think that the direct water footprint, which means the water that you use every day for drinking, washing, cooking, washing dishes, taking baths, washing your clothes, etc., you would think that this amount of water is the entire water that you use. But this is only 3% of the water that you use. And this is the direct water footprint. When you consider what you buy, then you consider an indirect or virtual water footprint. They call it virtual because it's not actually there. You cannot say that you buy a pair of shoes and that with that pair of shoes you are carrying literally 10,000 liters of water. It's not real, it's virtual, but it's a measure of the impact that was generated, or the water resources that were not available for other uses because of those pairs of genes that you bought, or because of that coffee you are going to drink, or because of the cereal that you're going to eat, etc. So every product that comes from an agricultural production as a basic means, then it has a water footprint, and it's transferred to the final consumer as an indirect water footprint. So that is very important. So in that case, we would have a different water footprint for each product, and we, in this sense, we could have an exercise. We could do an exercise of assigning value of water to each of these products that you can see in your screen right now. Like, for example, you can assign an amount of water to an apple, to a banana, to an orange juice that needed 2 or 3 oranges to make 1 glass, or to the beans, or to the rice, or to the bread that you needed wheat to produce, or to the pizza, where you needed tomato, cheese, and wheat for the dough, or for the hamburger, where you are accounting for the meat, and for the bread, or for the cheese. Okay? So each product has a different value in terms of water that is needed. So in this workshop, I would like you to do an exercise. I hope you understand the dynamics. I prepared some ballots. We are going to prepare a menu, okay? And you will go to a link that I will give you in order to prepare a menu. You will select some products, and then we will calculate how much, in terms of liters of water, do you need to produce that menu that you selected. Okay, so up to now, are we okay? Do you understand the dynamics? Maybe you can help me with some comments that you would have. Are we okay? Okay, I think we are fine. In this case, I'm going to share with you, let me see if, okay, I think we are okay. I'm going to share with you a link where you can start a poll. Let me copy the link for you in the chat. Okay, you can put it in the chat. I just put the link in the chat. But you can also, if you are looking at my screen, I'm going to put a QR code. So you have 3 ways of getting into the poll. You can scan the QR code that you're seeing right now on the screen. You can also go into www.menti.com and type this code that you are seeing on the screen, which is 93439392. And please let me know if it's okay, if you can access it. See, so we can start the poll. I'm going to open the first poll. So what is the idea of the poll? I'm going to ask you a question, which is very simple. It's very simple. It's a multiple choice question. You have the opportunity to answer the first question once. The second question, you can make two choices. Okay. I think you already saw it because I can see here some answers. The first question is, I asked you to choose a protein. And which option of the proteins that I'm showing you do you believe is the most economic choice in terms of water? So one of the choices is salmon, the other choice is chicken, the other choice is pork, and the other choice is beef. Okay. So I will give you some time. I see that 8 people answered the poll. I think we are good with that number. I think we are 8 in the more or less in the workshop. So that's great. I will go to the second question. The second question is to choose 2 side dishes, like which option do you think is most economic in terms of water? So the options are French fries, green beans, tomato and lettuce salad, rice, and roasted potatoes. Okay. So what we are going to, okay. So I think we already have 13 answers. We should have, okay, we have 13 answers because you could choose 2 options of side dishes. Okay. So I'm going to give you, if someone still wants to go in, let me see if you've had any issues going in. I'm going to go to see the chat. Okay, I see that you answered. Well, okay, perfect, Luis Fernando. Jose Garcia, you say pork. Okay, so I think it was successful. Good. So, I want to show you, let me stop showing the screen. I'm going to show you the results. Let me see. One moment, please. Let me try to share the results. Okay, let me see if you can see my screen. One moment, please. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm seeing right now as the results of the poll. Can you see the screen? I hope you can. So I'm going to the section of the protein. Most of you chose chicken as the most efficient or the less costly in terms of water. So 4 of you. 3 of you selected salmon. Then the other one, the third place is for pork. And the meat, we mostly know that the meat is very costly in terms of water. So I think you are all clear on that. Then let's see regarding the side dishes. So green beans and lettuce. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to share with you another link. Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing my screen a moment again. Let me see. And I'm going to go again to the presentation where you can see again another link. Let me see. the second link, if you finish the poll, the first poll, you can go to this option that you can see at the left of my screen that says go to another presentation or ir a otra presentación. You enter there and you can put the other code 69609366, or you can again scan the QR code that you can see in your screen. I will also put the other link in the chat so you can have these three options of entering the second poll. Okay, so please let me know if you could see the second poll, and I will go myself to the second poll to see what happens. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time so that you can access and you can choose. And in this case, I'm asking you, I'm going to share my screen again. I'm asking you to complement your dinner.
Gabriela, sorry, it's just one thing. We are about to the session is gonna close, but we can do more time. So it's just for everyone. If it get close, you can just rejoin by going to
Return.
the workshop again. Yes, and we can have a few more minutes.
How long do we have until it turns off?
It's 30 seconds because it's
30 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay.
No
we can
problem.
we can have more time. We just need to close it and open again.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Then we will meet again in a few seconds.
Yes, in 1 minute.
Perfect. Meanwhile, you can access again the second presentation. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Did you get the link? Hola.
Okay, we're back here.
We are the two alone.
Sí.
Estamos solitos.
Vamos a dar unos 2 minuticos mientras se unen de nuevo.
Ay, qué pena, Silvana, haber llegado tarde.
No te preocupes.
¿Pero vamos bien?
Sí, vamos súper bien. Aquí nos quedan otros 9 minuticos, entonces para que también tengas allí en cuenta.
Bueno, vamos a ver si vuelven a ingresar.
Listo, ya hay algunos aquí, entonces si quieres podemos continuar.
Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen again, but I'm going to show you the results of the polls. Let me see where they are. Where are they? Need a second. Okay. So, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So, the idea is the third question was, which option do you think is more economic in terms of water when we choose a drink? For example, orange juice or a soft drink or milk. 4 options were orange juice. And regarding dessert, then there are 3 options: an apple, a banana, or a chocolate ice cream. So one person chose an apple, another person chose banana. So let's do an estimation. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to, please remind me, I'm going to show you the results of the first evaluation. Let me see. The first one, the results were that the first choice in protein was the chicken. Is that right? So I'm going to go in here to see the results. The first choice was the chicken. Let me see. Right, the chicken. The second choice was the salmon. Let's do the, I'm going to take note of that. One chicken, one salmon, and where's the salmon? And I'm going to show you, after I do these calculations, how much water actually represents the chicken and the salmon, so that you will know, because you are blindfolded in these choices. You don't know. The second best options that you chose in terms of side dishes that you think are the best choices are the green beans and the lettuce salad with tomatoes. So for the chicken, I'm going to put green beans and the lettuce and tomato salad. We're going to eat lettuce and tomato
Gabriela, we
salad.
have 5 minutes left just to.
Perfect. Now I'm just going to show you then, I'm going to share my screen and show you the results of this estimation so that you can know. Let me, one moment. In 5 minutes, we are going to be ready. Don't worry. I'm going to share with you this table that I'm hearing. So what I'm showing you is this first menu. It was with chicken and with beans and lettuce, and you also wanted fresh orange juice and one banana, for example, as a dessert. So in total, this menu costed 1,409 liters of water. Now, if we choose, for example, the chicken, actually it costed 865 liters of water. But the salmon costed 340 liters. So you can see there the difference. Now, for example, I would like to show you the chocolate ice cream, for example. It would be 2,000 liters of water. Only eating salmon and then having an ice cream would go up my water account for 2,304. So this is interesting. I just wanted to show this. And now we go back to the presentation. I hope this has been clear. And in this sense, I wanted to share with you the food pyramid and how this food pyramid, based on where the vegetables are in the base of the pyramid, actually in terms of water, vegetables are at the top of the pyramid. If you invert it, you need less water to produce vegetables than the amount of water you need to produce proteins. Okay, so this gives you a sense of the importance of consumption for normal citizens. And for instance, a pair of jeans costs 10,000 liters of water, for their production. So this takes into account the amount of water that is available in a certain territory and the impact of those territories. In this link, then later on you could go in this link and see the effects of cotton production in the Aral Sea, where the sea practically dried up because of the amount of water that was extracted to produce cotton. And so it's very clear that our consumption patterns have an impact. So what can you do as a citizen? You can take conscience of your consumption patterns, take better decisions in what you eat and what you buy. It is very important not to throw away food, and that you don't buy things that you don't need. It's very important to share this knowledge, because a city can only be sustainable with conscious citizens, and each change must start with oneself. So thank you very much. This is what I had to say.
Thank you, Gabriela. Thank you, everyone, for participating. I think it's very important about what you say, to be conscious about what we eat and like how is the footprint that we're like living in this world. So everyone is welcome to participate in the networking sessions. You can access to it through the launch button in the top. There's like a sofa, like a couch there. So through that one, you can open a discussion with someone else. There should be 2 people at least to open a session. So you definitely are invited to participate there. And if you have any questions, you can leave it on the chat there. So we have 23 seconds, and that's perfect. Thank you, Gabriela, for participating.
Thank you. More resources you can find in the Water Footprint Network page. I just put it in the chat so you can have it.
Perfect. Thank you,
Thank
Gabriela.
you.
Have a great
You're
day,
welcome.
everyone
You too.
else.
Ciao.